Hello everybody, my name is Ruth Kim with PMstudy, and I'm here with a few folks who have just recently passed their PMP exams that have a few tips for you. You guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Sure, my name is Quincy.
Hi, I'm Rose.
And I'm Jack.
So tell us, what was the most challenging thing you found about the PMP exam? Jack, why don't you tell us what was the most challenging part for you in the PMP exam?
It was a very kind of a long exam, and just keeping focused on the questions that were being asked, and remembering all the different programs that I memorized prior to going into the exam. That was probably the most difficult thing.
Rose, give us an example. What was your best study technique? What did you use to help yourself prepare?
Well, I actually went to a boot camp from PMstudy, and it was a 4-day camp, and it actually reinforced all the concepts and gave study techniques, and as mentioned, you know, you have to know all the concepts and ways to actually do a brain dump, if we're looking for a better term, that you could know and remember. The test was so intense that you had a way to put all those things down on paper and be able to go through and take the exam.
Quincy, tell us, what was something that was unexpected for you in the exam?
The thing that I would probably say was most unexpected was the number of charts that I had on the exam. I did not really expect that. I was fully prepared to see the exam from the perspective what PMI was looking for, but I did not expect the number of charts that I had on the exam.
Okay. Jack, on this question you're all going to answer. Why did you choose to do a PMP?
I was actually looking for employment at the time, and I'm in the manufacturing arena. And I noticed that all the manufacturers out there actually wanted some project management experience, and they requested the certificate from PMI. And so I said, well, this must be something that's important. And so I went out on the internet, started searching around, and I bumped into project management people who taught, and I selected this class, and it worked great.
Rose, why did you pick up PMP?
I am currently employed, and my employer is going more into the program management, project management arena, and I want a job in that area. And I thought with a certification I would stand out better and be more appealing to my employer.
And Quincy?
Sure. I'd actually started the process about 14 years ago, and I never did finish it out. I became certified through one of the universities, but it was not the PMP certification. And it was something that I had started coursework-wise, but I just didn't have the need for it anymore in terms of the actual certification. So I've utilized the methodologies for 14 years or 13 years or so before getting the PMP. But I began to decide that it was something that I needed to have that particular certification to back up my experience.
And one last question. So both Quincy and Rose, you mentioned that your companies were using PMP, or you're using that methodology. How has getting the PMP helped you in your company, or helped improve your implementation of the methodology in your companies? And Quincy, I'll start with you, and Rose,
Sure.
We'll finish off with you.
In all honesty, I don't know if I'll say that it has helped tremendously in the sense that I've been using that methodology this entire time. It has helped to reinforce what I've already known, and it has given that extra credential there for the methodology that I've been using all this time. So from that perspective, it has been very helpful in that regard.
Rose?
I'd have to say the same thing. I've been involved in projects for over 20 years, and it has reinforced that our methods are there. I haven't yet had the opportunity to move into a project position yet, but I'm still hoping to go there.
Okay.
And I've just got one last question as well for you guys. So obviously you all took the PMstudy 4-day boot camp course. When you were looking for a course, why did you decide to take a classroom course? And did you look at any other options at the time before doing so?
I looked at a few other options. This option stood out the most because of what I saw on the website as far as the description of how the class is structured, how it flows, and so forth. And it just seemed to be a lot more in line with the way that I think about things. And that's very important for me for any course that I take, that if it's in line with the way that I already see things, then it's going to make it that much more easier for me.
When I looked online, I looked at the PMI website actually, and it was one of the sites that was recommended for a boot camp, so that led me to PMstudy.
I also did a lot of research on the internet and looked at a lot of online courses and looked at other things, but when I looked at this study course, it looked like the most intense. It looked like, and the commitments made by the group were wonderful. They said, hey, we're going to pass and make it work. And definitely when I started taking the class, I found out it was intense.
Yeah.
But it was a good class.
And you guys all obviously passed your PMP exams, right?
Yes.
And how soon after the class did you guys take your exams?
It was the day after.
The day after you took it on Friday, Rose? You also did the day after?
2 weeks.
And 2 weeks after the exam. Okay, so it obviously works. So fantastic. Well, thanks so much, guys, for your feedback. And we appreciate, this will be the first in a series of interviews that we're going to have with some PMP students. All right, thank you.